From Mr. Sunil Ramakrishnan, and basically this is the 125th part. Basically, here we are going to discuss that same topic. Basically, that is basically earthquake related. So here, basically, you can we can add basically few more questions basically which are going to discuss. This is actually currently the question which is ongoing. That is basically eighth number question. That is basically how basically the Bollywood, Hollywood are connected with the software industry. That question is ongoing basically. In this basically few questions basically you can add few more questions that is basically how earthquakes are connected with the passports, Aadhaar cards, and PAN cards. How basically the negative positive energies are connected with the earthquake, means whatever the energies are which is generating that have basically how that earthquakes is connected with the earthquakes basically. So you can we can take here basically one example that basically we have already taken of that Sunil Nair visited basically 5 times to Mumbai, and that time basically he has not got the job. And another positive energy was basically he visited the Mumbai, and in first time only he got the job. That also good job with the salary of 10 lakh rupees per month basically. So like this, and 5 time basically he visited there. Basically he lost lots of money basically. So there are two types of energy basically that we are going to discuss. So here basically I just taken as an example of Sunil R. Nair, but in real basically this has not happened. So this is not a real example basically, just taken as an example. So here basically another question is basically how World Bank sets the negative energy, positive energy to each and every cities. So basically World Bank basically whatever energy they are going to send, that is basically of human bits from bodies only basically. Whatever the energy basically which is generated from the human and which is generated from the nature basically, that energy only World Bank sends to the each and every cities basically with the process data basically you can say. So like this, how World Banks are sending the sets the negative and energy, positive energy to it and each and every city. And here one more question basically, that is fourth question. How basically governments are taking the subscription from the World Bank basically, and how basically government is telling that we had taken this subscription, and how basically government is aware about the negative and positive energy basically. And I have taken few examples that is, for example, they have selected fifth number of sorry, fourth or fifth basically number of the subscription basically. There were 15 to 16 subscription available with the World Bank. They have taken fourth and fifth basically. In this fourth and fifth basically, when they have taken them, World Bank has already directly told that around 10 percentage of population basically are going to get this or disease basically. Health is going to be of this percentage amount, and this many peoples are going to get the disease basically. So according to that only the data are basically set it in the cities basically, and which is approved by the government only, because government has taken the subscription from the World Bank basically. So that is also we are going to discuss how basically government is taking the subscription data from the World Bank, and World Bank and government is aware about the negative and positive energy which is basically sent by the World Bank basically. In detail basically World Bank is telling that basically this all data basically is contained in this subscription basically data basically, and this many percentage amount are going to be get a disease basically. So here basically we have taken four example within the Bollywood industry basically you can say. So this is really the eighth number question, and in eighth question basically these all are question going to be added basically. So here we are discussing about the how basically earthquakes are connected with the passports, Aadhaar card, and PAN card. So we have taken one example of the Sunil R. Nair. So when Sunil R. Nair visited 5 times in the Mumbai, that time basically he has not got the job. And when he basically visited for one time in Mumbai, first time only basically he got the job basically. So that was one of the negative energy and one of the positive energy. So negative energy was 5 times visited and not got the job and lost lots of money basically in Mumbai city basically, and which was collected by the which his energy was collected by the Dubai government. So that was Dubai Power Company basically. The Dubai Energy Company, Dubai Power Company, and the Dubai nuclear plant basically connected nuclear plant with the Dubai power plant basically. So they have collected the. So now basically whatever the energy, wherever the energies of Sunil R. Nair basically, which is collected by the Dubai government, so wherever they are going to send that energy, there basically it's negative energy is only going to send basically. Why? Because the it was basically negative energy which was generated by the Mumbai city basically. Mumbai businessman, basically, you can say. So I'm just taking an as an example. In real, basically, this has not happened. So Mumbai businessmen, basically, that are basically everybody knows, basically, who are Mumbai, who are staying in Mumbai. Each and every small people also know, basically, how many big businessmen are staying in Mumbai, how big software companies are. Basically, assume that Sunil R. Nair is a software professional, basically, and he visited 5 times in Mumbai and not got the job. And same Sunil R. Nair basically visited in Mumbai, and few people helped Sunil R. Nair. So that was basically positive energy. So like this, basically due to Mumbai city, this energy was generated. So just taking an example, in real this has not happened. So now basically Sunil R. Nair energies are basically collected by the Dubai city, just as in that. So now basically what are the things going to happen basically? So, for example, he in Dubai city basically collected the Sunil Nair's information, and then they sent to the Bangalore city as well. So, in Bangalore city, basically, how many people has helped Sunil Nair? So, according to that, and how many software companies has not helped Sunil Nair? So, that energies are going to collect. So, like this, basically, whenever the Sunil Nair's energies are going to dump to the city, and wherever the each and every city basically, in each and every buildings, basically each and every buildings, the energies are set. Due to that, basically the buildings are not moving to the left and the right, basically. That is basically by default we have taken this an example. So now Sunila Nair energies is getting dumped to the Bangalore city, just taken as an example, basically. So negative energy basically which is headed in the Bangalore, basically. So now in Bangalore, basically the each and every area, basically the Sunila Nair's energy is going to go, basically. So like this, the each and every areas, basically wherever the Sunila Nair energy was going, there basically the negative energy was settled, basically. There basically the Sunila Nair, wherever the Sunila Nair was not helped, basically like the people, there basically the things are going to happen as a negative things, basically. So like this, basically, this is basically just little bit about the negative energies which is settled in the Bangalore city. And due to that Bangalore city, what are the negative energy which is getting the effect? Because Bangalore's data basically, when Sunila Nair's data was dumped in the Bangalore city, and that time basically the each and every people's area basically was connected by the Sunila Nair's energy, and they also basically got that they also basically connected with that energy, and there basically their energy also basically merged with that energy, basically you can say. So like this, the entire environment basically was settled like that. And the few basically areas told that we have settled the energy which basically was supposed to happen, that basically has not happened, basically. So that Bangalore city was basically going to generate butter, basically. The Bangalore city was going to generate a butter energy, and butter energy was basically when it was when that energy with that time, basically when the Bangalore city's energy was collected, that time basically butter energy was generated. But when that was getting used in eating purpose, that time basically that was creating problem, because that was with there basically the negative energy was generated, basically. So there basically the negative energy started generating, and there basically few disease basically came basically into the picture, basically. Like this, the if basically the group basically who have planned this, basically whenever Sunil Nair is going to visit the Mumbai city, that time basically he's not going to get job, basically. That was basically pre-planned, basically we can say. So according to that, basically the government was ready, basically you can say. The government was ready that he's not going to get job. So this disease are going to generate, basically. So according to that, basically the Dubai government has done the antibiotic of the disease also, which was generated, which is going to generated by the butter, which was created by the Dubai government only. Assume that. So like this, whenever the butter is going to be used by the people, that time basically few diseases are going to connect, and that disease basically medicine was already prepared. That was basically in the this medicine basically is a hidden medicine, you can say. So the disease also is also hidden. The disease is going to generate in the environment, and the medicine basically which was given from the power company, that is also done. So public is not aware about this all the thing, because that medicine is already given basically. So like this basically there are many energies basically which are generated in the environment, and which is tracked by the government and the each and every energy company. So like this, the fifth question, one more question generated like this basically, like this energy which example I have taken, how many energies are in this world really, like Sunilar Nair story, like this how many stories are there in this world. So like for that basically Bollywood groups told that yeah, we have the each and every data basically of each and every areas basically we have collect. We are just seeing the story, and we are just enjoying the life basically, you can say. Whatever the life Sunilar Nair has visited in the 5 times basically, we have just enjoyed the life, and we have earned the lots of money from that negative energies only basically. So like this basically the Bollywood groups are enjoying their life basically, you can say. Like this basically this type of energy was also generated, and basically Bollywood groups are telling we are basically ready for any situation, whatever negative energy is going to come in Mumbai city and in India basically, we are going to handle the each and every negative energies basically. So like this basically the Sunil R. Nair story was basically generated in this world. So how many stories are like this of the Sunil R. Nair, and what are the energy going to generate it? So like this basically this is the fifth question basically, you can say, in the eighth question basically. Within the eighth question, this is the fifth question which is generated. That is basically how basically the Bollywoods are tracking of each and every Sunil R. Nair likes stories basically in this world, in this India basically, because in world basically Bollywood does not exist. Hollywood is there basically across the world basically. So like this in India, like Sunil R. Nair, how many stories are there, and how basically which are those countries basically who are tracking these types of energies, and how they are sending these energies to the each and every cities, and how basically the human needs are getting generated, and how when the human needs are taken by the human people basically, better example I have taken, and which disease basically they generates, and according to the disease basically automatically the disease gets generates in the power in the energies only, and that get disease get the medicine in the from the power companies only. So like this basically how many disease basically has generated, and like this how many medicines are basically taken. So this is basically one of the project basically which basically mostly is created by the Bollywood industry basically. They have the each and every stories basically, how basically the each and every energies basically are connected of the each and every people of in each and every cities basically, you can say. So this is basically one of the project basically, you can say, for the software industry also, that how many energy positive and negative energies are basically in the India city, and how basically they are generating the diseases, and how the medicines are also generated in the environment also. Like this is about the 125th part, and 126th part we are going to discuss a little bit more about the Bollywood industry and formula basically. And this is the eighth number question basically. In eighth number question, few five more questions are added.